Welcome, YouTube. This is your girl. Hold my mic. Hopefully, everybody is good. I wanted to talk to you guys real quickly about, developing your psychic ability and what it means to, have psychic ability and how do we tap into our psychic ability. Um, I know it's kind of hard sometimes to still your mind and make time to meditate, but meditation is one of the fundamental basics of developing your psychic ability. So when you want to start developing your psychic ability, you want to start by starting to meditate. But when you're meditating, you want to, envision a ball of light that has all the information that you seek, and that you're going to go to this ball of light and you're going to see things. This ball of light is not going to necessarily speak at first. This ball of light is going to, show you images. And these images are the things that you'll call forth. And the best thing to do is practice, meditating, seeing a ball of light, seeing images, writing those images down. And so once you write those images down, you have a list. And over the next few days, a course of a week or so, you'll start to see some of those things that you've written down manifested. Okay. You also need to work on, learning the symbolism of things. What colors mean, what what numbers mean, what animals, certain animals, seeing certain animals, what that mean, because all of this helps you develop your psychic ability. So when you're in a situation where, for an example, you're going, somebody is paying you to do a reading for them, a psychic reading, and you don't have tarot cards and you don't have certain, tools that you can use to ask questions. You do have your ability of sight, and your sight will make your mind think, and the things that your mind think is usually a message hidden somewhere in there. So if you know that the color red is for passion, and you're talking to someone and you want to know like kind of what's going on, if your eyes are drawn to that red couch or that red color or that red shirt, then maybe that person is thinking about something that's passionate, or that person is feeling some type of passion. Even as far as the numbers go, and that's why it's so important for us as hoodooists and spiritualists to get in touch with the tarot, because the tarot really opens up your psychic ability. It makes your mind work from the opposite side in which it's used to working, because now you're using pictures and imagery and symbolism to convey a message, and you're able to interpret that. So that helps heighten your psychic ability. But again, learning that symbolism is very, very important. And tarot starts you out with the basics, with numerology and astrology. But what past then? And who do we use? We symbolize colors to relate to certain intentions that we want. And so that's another important feature. So these are things that will help you, even when it comes to your manifestation. If your eyes or your attention is drawn to something at a particular point, take heed to that. Take note of that, because those are the things that the message is about. If you're driving down the street and you see somebody, in your mind, you're like, oh man, somebody might, get hit by that car, they're driving so fast, and then boom, somebody gets hit by the car because they was driving so fast. That was a part of your psychic ability. And so you need to learn that you made the connection before, right before it happened, but you didn't know what to do with it. So it's when you make those connections, you have to, say those connections. Otherwise, it's not really a psychic or a prediction. So for an example, if you was walking down the street and you said to yourself, that car driving so fast, it's probably gonna hit somebody and happen, then you can say, ooh, I'm a psychic. But you already had that premonition before. So psychic ability has a lot to do with premonitions. And so again, you want to play into these premonitions. What am I feeling at this moment? What's going on around me? Is it distractions? Is it something that I created, or is it a distraction? Is it a disturbance? All of these things help enhance your psychic ability. For an example, we've all heard of foreshadowing. Foreshadowing is, you something happened, but it's only a peek into what's going to happen in the future. And that's exactly what psychic ability is. Something will happen in your mind, in your thoughts. Something will trigger a thought or a memory or a smell or idea. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I feel like this trigger makes me feel this way. That's a psychic ability, and you have to play into that. The more you do it, the more you tune into those thoughts. It's just random. The more times you take in your meditation and tune into those random thoughts just floating around, especially positive ones, especially positive thoughts just floating around, and just kind of write those things down, because eventually over time you'll begin to start seeing a pattern that you can pick up on and start fine-tuning and be more psychic and be able to make better predictions, and your predictions will come true because you're working on those things. And it's times that you can make predictions and you choose not to, because you don't know that a part of being a psychic is the ability to be able to say what you feel, because that's an intuition. So you got to say what you feel. If you feel like it's about to rain, say that, because if you don't say it, then it's just a premonition. You feel what I'm saying? So we want to take, with psychic ability, is taking premonitions and thoughts and bringing them into the universe through words, through speech, so that they become life. And so when they come life, you like, whoa, I predicted that. Like, I'm a psychic. I knew that shit was going to happen. It's going to hit you like a train. Like, I predicted it. But if you just let the thought just stay in your mind, you're not really predicting it. It's a premonition. So work on that. And that'll even help you when it comes to, predicting whether or not your spell work is going to be successful. Look for signs constantly around you. When you see a sign, call it out. When you're talking on the phone to somebody and you're talking about something and something happens, that may be a situation where you need to speak, because that was a trigger. And the more you request and you pray to the universe, you say, universe, I want to increase my psychic power. And you'll start to have premonitions. Sometimes you'll close your eyes and you'll have visions. Even for a split second, you'll see something flash before your eyes. And it's because, again, you've asked the universe to open this up for me. So the first step is opening the ability up, requesting that ability is open up. And then the second step is you want to start spending time in meditation. The third step is you want to definitely start journaling the images, the pictures, the words, the messages you get from meditation. Even if it doesn't seem right to you, write it down and go back to it in a week or so and look at it and see if it had not come true. Fourth, you definitely want to work on, again, symbolism, learning symbolism, color symbolism, number symbolism, animal symbolism, weather symbolism. It's just so many symbolisms out here. I mean, it's like unlimited. Even body language. Certain body languages tell you things about a person, about what may be getting ready to happen to them. They may be not a nervous person, but all of a sudden they're nervous. So again, playing into this, investigating your thoughts about whatever that premonition is and speaking on it. You got another part of being a psychic is to speak things into existence. And that's a part of being an alchemist. You speak things into existence. So you want to say those things, because if you don't, then how do you know that you're a psychic? So you want to say those things. And then you want to take notes. You want to see if what you was feeling when you had that thought. Is that every time you have a psychic intuition or a psychic vision? Like, you want to start journaling your progress, how you're doing things, how you're getting to your visions, so that when you make a decision, okay, well, I'm gonna tell people I'm a psychic, and I want to start working as a psychic, or I want to start using my psychic ability, in public, in a public arena, you'll know. You'll know better because you have had study. You studied yourself, you studied it, you studied all the things that you needed. And that's going to open up another door of abundance to you, because we're going into a phase in life, in the universe, in an age where people are going to start self-seeking. And so they're going to be looking for people who have psychic abilities. They're going to be looking for tarot readers. They're going to be looking for spiritualists. So this is another reason why we want to start getting into practice makes perfect at this moment. And even that premonition, earlier today I was watching a tarot reading, and she was saying that was one of the things somebody was going to say, and look, I just said it. So she has psychic ability, but just going forward, work on whatever gift it is that you want to develop, whether it is your tarot, whether it is your psychic ability, whether it is your ability to manifest. You have to work on it. You have to journal. You have to make adjustments, because it's never going to be picture perfect the first time. You understand? The first time someone decided they was going to build, a house, it probably didn't come out good. But after they done built a house 80, 90, thousands of times, it's probably perfect at that point. Or it's probably with very little flaws. So that's where we want to go. We want to develop our psychic ability and keep fine tuning and refreshing it and refining it until it becomes picture perfect, to where it is very little flaws. It's very little times that we're wrong, that we're incorrect, and that takes time. I heard one guy say, if you do it every day for a lifetime, you still won't get it. So that means keep going. It's always more levels to it. It's always more things you can do. Well, I'm not going to talk to you guys long. I definitely have had a busy last couple of weeks, and I know that's why you guys haven't seen me. And I would have been busy tonight, but I made time to bring you guys a video on something I've been working on and trying to develop myself over the last couple of weeks, aside from businesses and stuff like that. Is developing my psychic ability, because I want to be able to, take everything I do to a whole nother level. And so if I don't work and push myself beyond, this finish line, then I'll never know what the next race holds. I'll never know what the next competition holds. And so that's where I'm at with it. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I mastered this, I mastered that. Now I need to master this, because it's all twofolds. Tenfold, sorry. Tenfolds. It's all tenfolds. But anyway, I ain't gonna keep you guys long. Like I said, I'm gonna let y'all go tonight. Peace, light, and love. Let me know how this message resonated with you guys. Let me know what you guys are doing to develop your psychic abilities. Do you have psychic abilities? Do you use them? When are they coming in handy? Let me know, how you know you're psychic. I would love to hear from you guys. Peace, light, and love, family.